India is rising as a global economic powerhouse. Our cities are expanding, our industries are growing, and our ambitions reach toward the sky. But there's a crisis unfolding above us, one that threatens the health of every citizen. Our air is failing us. According to the Central Pollution Control Board, the government agency responsible for monitoring air quality across India, the numbers paint a disturbing picture. The Air Quality Index, or AQI, is our measure of how safe the air we breathe really is. When the AQI crosses 400, it enters the severe category. At this level, the air becomes hazardous for everyone, not just vulnerable groups. Children, adults, the elderly, all are at risk. From Delhi NCR in the north to Mumbai on the west coast, from Bengaluru and Chennai in the south to Kolkata in the east, India's metro cities are under unprecedented pollution stress. Hyderabad, Pune, Ahmedabad, these urban centers that drive our economy are choking under toxic air. The problem is no longer confined to one region. It has become a national emergency. What's causing this crisis? The number one culprit in our metro cities is vehicular emissions. Millions of cars, buses, trucks, and two-wheelers crowd our roads every day. According to data from the Central Pollution Control Board and the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, traffic congestion and diesel-powered vehicles are the primary sources of harmful particulate matter and nitrogen oxides that fill our urban air. But vehicles aren't the only problem. Construction and road dust contribute up to 40% of PM10 particulate matter in many cities. Open construction sites, concrete cutting, demolition work, and unpaved roads release massive amounts of dust into the atmosphere. The CPCB's air quality assessment reports consistently identify construction activities as a major pollution source that often goes unregulated. Industrial emissions and thermal power plants add another layer of toxicity. Factories and coal-fired power stations release sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and fine particulate matter. According to the Ministry of Environment, Forest, and Climate Change, industrial pollution remains a significant contributor, particularly in areas surrounding manufacturing hubs and power generation facilities. Every year, as winter approaches, a thick blanket of smoke descends on northern India. Farmers in Punjab, Haryana, and neighboring states burn crop stubble to clear their fields quickly. This biomass burning releases toxic smoke that travels hundreds of kilometers, engulfing cities in a suffocating haze. State pollution control boards have documented this phenomenon repeatedly, yet the practice continues, driven by economic pressures and lack of alternatives. Hidden in plain sight are diesel generators, the silent urban polluters. When power cuts occur, or when backup is needed, thousands of diesel generators roar to life across our cities. The National Clean Air Program has identified these generators as significant contributors to local air pollution, emitting black carbon and particulate matter directly into neighborhoods and commercial areas. The health consequences are devastating. Air pollution damages our lungs and hearts. According to the Indian Council of Medical Research and the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, respiratory illnesses, cardiovascular diseases, and premature deaths linked to air pollution are rising. Our children are growing up with compromised lung capacity. Our elderly are struggling to breathe. Hospitals are overwhelmed with pollution-related cases. The government has launched the National Clean Air Program. Electric buses are being introduced. Air quality monitoring stations are being installed. The Ministry of Environment, Forest, and Climate Change has set targets to reduce pollution levels. These are important steps, and they show commitment to change. But let's be honest, policy alone is not enough. Real-time data from the Central Pollution Control Board shows that despite these initiatives, pollution levels continue to spike during certain seasons. Implementation gaps, enforcement challenges, and the sheer scale of the problem mean that we cannot rely solely on government action. Every citizen, every business, every institution must take responsibility. Imagine a different future, a future where our children can play outside without masks, where the sky is clear and blue, where we can breathe deeply without fear. Clean air is not a luxury. It is a fundamental right. It is essential for life, for health, for dignity. We must act now, for our children, for our future, for India.